Hi, welcome to the Russ and Vince Courtside Podcast. I'm your host, Vince. Before we go into the video, please hit that like and subscribe button down below if you enjoy our videos. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it for sure. It is your boy Vince here. Thank you and welcome to the Russ and Vince Courtside Podcast. I am, of course, once again Vince, and we have our other co-host here, Russ. Just finishing watching the matchup between the OKC Thunder and against the Denver Nuggets. Felt like this was the best time to make a video on predictions, and this one we are going to be predicting something very unique. If you guys paid attention, right? Let's talk about this one, Russ. Did WWE have the inside scoop on this season's Eastern Conference Finals? Because we saw Mr. Jalen Brunson. We saw Mr. Tyrese Haliburton at this year's WWE Raw, right? Whatever it was. So that's the matchup we got. You think they had an inside scoop or anything like that?
I mean, if we know anything about the WWE, it's that it's scripted. And so
Don't tell that to
is the
WWE fans.
NBA Hey man, I mean, they do get injured. It is semi-real. It's just they got a script. Now, I don't know how the script works, but I mean, the WWE are they the writers for the scripts for the NBA? Because I don't know, it's seeming pretty sus at this point. But they definitely did predict it because how odd to have Tyrese Haliburton and Jalen Brunson, both random. I mean, kind of like random players to me to be in WWE. But I mean, not like we haven't seen NBA players show up to a WWE event, but definitely came up with. They're probably thinking this is gold right now. Probably people are going back and watching it right now. I mean, the views are just rolling up high for the WWE because of this. Because I mean, we got a good Eastern Conference Finals here, and it's going to be exciting. Mr. Fourth Quarter Clutch Player of the Year award, and we got Tyrese Big Nuts having, he pause. He be doing that, and I mean, he's got some big cojones, man. What he did to the Bucks and to the Cavs, I mean, it's no short feat, man. This was Tyrese Haliburton showing that he's coming out.
Another pause moment there. I'll definitely say this. What the helly couldn't have come out as a song at a better time than right now. Mr. Tyrese Halliburton for sure has made this postseason name known because obviously we heard the reports in the first round, I believe, of the playoffs that the players had voted him as the most overrated player, and clearly that has lit a spark in his game. He has been able to lead the Pacers not to just one gentleman sweep, but two. And they were both two teams that one could argue, okay, if their best players didn't get injured, maybe it wouldn't have gone that way, right? We look at the matchup with the Pacers against the Bucks. Damian Lillard obviously couldn't play in game one. And then when he came back after that blood clot situation, tore his Achilles. Okay, went home in five. Then you got the matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers. First game, once again, Darius Garland had injuries, didn't play. And then suddenly, when the Pacers team, or beg my pardon, the Pacers players were coming back in their health, they won game three, but they just couldn't get it done from there. Injuries. And then, of course, a heavy workload for both Giannis and for Donovan Mitchell. So it's kind of weird. It's the same situation. That we kind of saw the Boston Celtics be able to take advantage of last year, right? The Boston Celtics won that championship on a much easier path because of injuries. And who knows, maybe this is that season that the Pacers, they deal with the same. For all we know, the Knicks are healthy, but, and again, we're not here to preach anything to happen. We actually want there to be no injuries so there's no excuses because we've had a lot of injuries, unfortunately, in this postseason. I don't know why, but it has definitely robbed us from some really, really good series. But I could definitely tell you, Tyrese, he's here. And I'm excited to see some classic Pacers versus Knicks, man. We're talking old school 90s type of stuff, man. I remember watching Hard Knocks, okay, watching or the Hardwood, beg my pardon, and watching those matchup, Reggie Miller against Patrick Ewing, and just seeing those back and forths to the point where shoot, Reggie Miller has his own documentary on Netflix you can watch right now. Those matchups were amazing, and I certainly hope that we're up to watch something like that with this matchup now. Um, but man, I mean, you just got to think about the matchups alone, right? Like you said, we got Tyrese up against Jalen Brunson. Can we say that's a wash, or does that lean more towards Jalen Brunson?
I mean, both of them have honestly been pretty clutch. I mean, Tyrese, I mean, I think he scored pretty dang close. I mean, he scored a lot in that like last like 10, 30 seconds, something like that. I mean, where they ended up stealing the ball against I want to say the Cavs, and then he just shot that ball from three when he had no business doing it. Or maybe they did. I don't know if they were down three or down two, but he took the shot, man. He had, like I said, he's
I own it.
definitely, yeah. Let's just say he had the big balls to be able to do that. I mean, I don't know. That was pretty impressive to me, but I would say this is kind of like it seems like a wash, right? Because both of them are just so good, and in the right times that you need your best player to play, which is in the throughout the whole game, of course. But in the end, who's going to be the one to knock down the shots when it matters the most? And I think both of them check that box that we can both score the points. It's going to have to come down to the other guys. I mean, thing is who is guarding Karl Anthony Towns? Is it Mitchell? Is it Miles Turner, or is it somebody else? Because Karl, he can go out to the three. Miles Turner, he can, but is he consistent? So that's where I think is interesting. And then let's see, in the Knicks, we also got Mitchell Robinson. So who's guarding him? I mean, just some things to think about. But what do you think?
No, yeah, those are some great points. So definitely like agree with you. I'm pretty sure Tyrese alone in this postseason already, after gentlemen sweeping those two teams, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, for the whole season, I think he's like a crazy stat, like 11 for 13 in the last like minute of the game, or like the last 40 or 50 seconds of the game. So he definitely has his, clutch moments for sure, just like we've seen Jalen Brunson for the Knicks. Now, of course, then you got the shooting guard situation, right? You got Nimhart against, what are we looking at? Josh Hart? Is he the two for the Knicks?
I'm pretty
That
sure, yeah.
one, I mean, I think Josh, his physicality and his dog mentality, perhaps that is one of these series where he's going to really put Nimhart to the test and see how good he really is. Because Nimhart's had a really good postseason so far, and then of course you got your threes, right? You got OG, and who's the three for the Pacers that's going to be playing consistently? So you can't even think about it. But then, of course, you got your front court, which is Pascal with Miles Turner, and you got that against. Well, actually, beg my pardon. Mikal Bridges, I think, is the three for the Knicks. Either way, it's switchable wings. Then you got
I'll
OG
say
at the four.
Siakam too. Oh, OG
Yes,
Anunoby. Dang, yeah.
yes. So I think in terms of the 4 and the 5, it's OG and Cat, right? Because Mitchell Robinson doesn't start; he comes out the bench, right? And so when you look at these two matchups, in some ways, like I kind of want to favor the Pacers because I feel like all season the Pacers have been low key disrespected, just like the Knicks have, right? But the Pacers have actually been here before. They've already been in the Eastern Conference Finals just last season. I felt like people forget about that. Now you have another season under your belt of experience. You have the leadership coming from Halliburton. Then you also have the others who've really showed up, unlike the Denver Nuggets that we've seen who really struggled with their bench and everything like that. The Pacers don't have a problem with that. And they get consistent contribution from their starters as well. But when we're talking about lineups, I mean, there's arguably, matchup nightmares for certain players. When you look at Cat, yes, he is a stretch big man, but so is Miles Turner. I think that is a really good matchup that I would love to see because I feel like whoever dominates that matchup could actually make a big difference in terms of who actually makes that. What I want to know though here too is in terms of Pacers, do you think this is a situation the Pacers are actually going to be able to spoil the Knicks conference appearance because they just made their first conference finals obviously the last 25 years since 2000. Do you think this is a
Well,
situation the Pacers could spoil it?
well, the funny thing is the last time the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Final was the year 2000 when Jalen Brunson's dad, go figure, Rick Brunson was in the Eastern Conference Finals for the Knicks. How crazy, man! Small world. But the Knicks also were a little bit. Were they disrespected, or was it proper disrespect? Real talk or just talk? Because the Knicks, man, they were they hadn't won a game against the top seeded teams at all. I think there was a stat where they didn't beat any of them really. So it was like you had reasonable cause to really think like, can the Knicks do it? But clearly we can see that they can do it. The Pacers, I think the question is, can they? Yeah, they can definitely spoil the Knicks' first conference appearance. Um, but I'm really interested to see this because this is one of those matchups where I'm like, dang, it has to go 7 games. There's no way. I feel like the Knicks have definitely had to fight through tougher. I don't think the Pacers beating the Bucks was really too impressive because the whole Damian Lillard, thing, and then the Cavs. I never really honestly believed in the Cavs. And Donovan Mitchell also got hurt throughout that series. So Pacers have kind of had a little bit of injury luck throughout it. Yes, the Knicks beat the Celtics with Jason Tatum going out, but we know in that game 4, they were already going to lose the game, and then the Celtics were already going to be down 3-1, even with Jason Tatum. And then without him, obviously they won one game, but I still think that the Knicks have shown more tough and grit than the Pacers. The Pacers have honestly haven't had to go through a lot of trouble. They've just been playing really good ball. The Knicks have had to kind of go through a little bit of hardship through the games. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say you make valid points. Um, in terms of the Knicks, I mean, obviously, I've been probably the biggest Knicks supporter in a while, considering I'm a Laker fan. I think that all
Bing
Laker fans
bong.
I was about to say, man, don't forget it now, okay? But no, I mean, I have loved the journey that the Knicks have gone. I thought that first matchup against the Detroit Pistons was exactly what they needed to understand this is playoff time. Like, I don't think the Knicks could have played anybody better equipped before that matchup against the Celtics than playing the Detroit Pistons because of the level of physicality that they play with, as well as the attention to detail they have to play with collectively as a team. Because remember, this is their first season together with the addition of Mikal Bridges as well as Cat on this team. And so you wanted to see how they would handle that first round matchup, and they did well. Then you go into the Knicks and the Celtics matchup, and getting those 2 games in Boston showed a lot. And it's not just the fact that they got those wins, but it's how they got those wins because we already knew the story. Them losing 4-0 in the regular season was hanging on their heads, right? Oh, I wouldn't even give this team a chance to even make it to game 6. If they made it to game 6, then wow, like we got to give them kudos, right? They're a second round exit. Well, I'm trying to tell you, I said this in the other videos. Don't count the Knicks down. Regular season has nothing to do with the postseason. Okay. And so I think the Knicks, like you said, are a lot better tested. Um, and at least so far in these matchups that they've played. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers were able to finally get over the hump because again, you talk about experience, right? Experience takes you very far. The Pacers have had a lot more experience collectively as a team. They've had their core players, and since last season they picked up Pascal Siakam. They led to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they needed an extra year to get better prepared. That's something that we might see with the Knicks right now, right? The Knicks might need another year to get prepared. This is the first season adding Cat. And so it's very rare that we see a team add a player to their roster and go far. But with that being said, man, I got to ask you since you said it, do you think this is the year for the Knicks? Do you think that Knick fans all across, I don't want to say the globe because really it's just Gotham City we're talking about here, right? New York. We've seen the videos, we've seen the stories, we've heard what you guys have been doing to Pacer fans out there already. Do you think this is a time where the Knicks finally make it to the finals since the 1990s?
I I do think that they make it to the finals, but we should back that train up because we can't be saying Knicks in 6, even though that rhymes and it makes sense.
It sounds good. It's
Um,
got a ring.
it does, it does. Knicks 6, Knicks in 6. Yeah, I like that. But what has history shown us, Vince? It's shown us that every time we create these funny lingos, we got the Suns in 4 guy back in 2021 getting popped in the stands by other fans. And you know what happens? Suns go up 2-0 in the finals against the Bucks and then lose 4 straight. Basketball gods do not like these lingos, man. They don't like people betting on. We got Lakers in 5. How did that treat us? Now we got Knicks in 6. No, man. This is Knicks winning the series, yes. But coming up with these lingos, man, because I want the Knicks to do well and win, we got to stop this, man. As soon as we start thinking about it, something happens, and I can't. I want to see the Knicks go into the finals. So that's my thing. I think they do go to the finals. This is the first time they go to the finals in quite some time. And believe it or not, I mean, as big as the Knicks franchise is, I didn't realize that they had only won 2 championships. Is that right? Or did I read that wrong? They had only won 2 championships
I think it
back in
was
like
back in the ABA days. Yeah, it was back in the ABA NBA mergery days, like in the
that's
1960s. Like
crazy.
it's
Knicks
yeah.
Knicks have literally not done not won anything for quite some time. So they've suffered for a long, long time. Um,
And that explains why a lot of their fans are acting like they are. So, not to say that's a pass because you have no business putting your hands or getting in another grown man's face or a lady's face, man. I'm telling you guys right now, you need to
oh,
tone
you
it
saw
down, okay?
that?
Some class. Even though you haven't been here before, Nick fans, Knicks, act like you have, and thou you should be rewarded. I'm telling you right now, life has a funny way of humbling you, okay? That's why I'm a little bit scared with this matchup because I feel like they're building up the Knicks now to tear them down. I see it all the time with the Lakers, who have actually won championships, a lot of them, especially in, good amount of time. And so you definitely got to wonder. But listen, I've been writing the Knicks for quite a while. I love their matchup against the Pistons. I love their matchup against the Celtics. I thought that this is a team that's got what it needs to win. But I know you said Knicks. How many games you got in for the Knicks to win in this one? Before I give you my take.
I mean,
And who do you got winning
they're
the
not
conference?
gentlemen sweeping the Pacers. I don't think that's happening unless there's some sort of thing that happens in this series injury wise. But um, I don't think it's going 7. I think it is. I think it is 6 games for Knicks. See how I did that?
Contradicting yourself, my guy. Knicks and 6, I see, huh? Okay.
No, no.
Well,
The thing is you can say the Knicks are going to win in 6 games, but you can't start that lingo thing. No, no, it's bad. It's
you're
bad.
you're basically trying to warn the audience, don't go starting the lingo because the moment the lingo is all over the place, it's inevitable to not happen like a curse. I got you. I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
man. Lakers in 5, and then all of a sudden we got Shannon Sharp with
Lakers
a
Lakers
with
home.
a, with a, with
Lakers
a
home in 5.
Shannon Sharp catching a charge from starting something. Man, the basketball guards are mean.
Oh, hey, let's not go there, bro. Let's not go there, bro. Hey, but for sure, man, it was Lakers in 5. They just never said who was going to be winning in 5. So I guess you could say that. But I actually, believe it or not, I do think this is the Pacers' year. I think that the Pacers are equipped. They're built for this. I think that although the Knicks are really good and I've loved to pull for the Knicks, I actually think that the Pacers are going to win. I wouldn't be surprised if they won in 6 themselves or in 7. I think that we're in for a treat with this matchup. It could go 7, and I would not be shocked. I actually wanted to go to 7 because it just means more content for us and it means really good basketball to watch. So if it could go to game 7, Pacers win, and in this case, based off of the seeding, the Pacers would have to go and win on the road in New York. That would be a crazy storyline to be said the best. And so I think that the Pacers, in order for them to win that matchup, they're going to have to win in 6 themselves. If you can steal a game or two in New York in these first 2 games, Then you go back to Indiana, try to get that done. I think that this is a game where, in terms of the Eastern Conference MVP, because we got to talk about that real quick too in the video. If the Pacers win, I actually think that the person who's gonna win the Eastern Conference MVP award is gonna be Tyrese Haliburton. I think it's gonna be sweet justice to him. Is gonna
You
be
acting
Tyrese
like that
Haliburton.
was going to be a shocking.
Oh, it's not. I know. I just wanted
You
to,
did kind of
it's
have
clear.
me for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
wait. I was like, wait. He thinking about this? It's Tyrese.
Well, you never know, because sometimes with the right matchup, I mean, look, a lot of people thought Jason Tatum was going to get it, and he did get it, but he didn't get the Finals MVP, right? And so I think
No,
Tyrese,
wait,
if the Knicks,
wait. I thought Jalen Brown
so
won the East.
Finals, no, Jalen Brown won Finals MVP. Jason Tatum won Eastern Conference MVP.
Oh dang.
It's a
Okay.
new thing that they just added last year or 2 years now. But yeah, and if the Knicks win, I think that in order for the Knicks to win, who's going to come out as MVP, it has to be Jalen Brunson. Because you got to look at it, it's going to be fan voting involved and obviously performance. Jalen Brunson really is going to have to show up and show us Mr. Clutch that he is. But yeah, you got
No,
Knicks in
wait, hold
6.
on, hold on. I got proof here. Jalen Brown won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
No, Jalen Brown won the Finals MVP.
No, he won both of
So
them.
you say he won both of them.
He won
Oh,
both of them.
man, JT fans are down bad right now. I was trying to give you something, my bad. I thought JT won Eastern Conference Finals, and he was about, I don't know. Wow, Jalen Brown had himself one heck of
Yeah,
a postseason. But
but yeah,
anyways, you guys, yeah.
I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna let Vince close this off. I gotta, I got my clients here, so finish it off, Vince. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, and go ahead and let you close it out, Vince.
Yes, sir. Appreciate your time, man. Salute, of course. And for all those, of course, who are at the end of the video, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Turn your notifications on to keep up with all future and current videos. We also are going live as well. So if you guys didn't get a chance to tune into our live video with the OKC Thunder matchup against the Denver Nuggets, you definitely missed out on that opportunity. Don't miss out on opportunities coming in the future where we do give live game by game play for those who aren't able to watch the game live, especially on the weekends. Outside of that, man, if you enjoy the video, of course, hit a like. Everything that we ask for you guys, it's free. We're not asking too much. If you enjoy it, just support. We do want this channel to grow as much as possible. We need that YouTube algorithm to kind of start working in our favor. So again, we're doing our best, putting that time in, and all we ask for is a little bit of support. But other than that, you guys, we appreciate your time. Give us in the comment section down below how you think this matchup is going to last. Who you got winning the series? Is it Knicks in 6, Knicks in 7? Do you got Pacers coming up on top to make their first finals since the early 2000s? Let us know in the comments what you think, and what do you think is going to take for each team to win this matchup. Again, I'm your host, Vince. Appreciate your time. Salute.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Russ and Vince Courtside Podcast, where we bring you the hottest NBA moments, discussions, and everything in between. If you like today's show, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a Courtside Podcast again.